For TraderInsight.com, I'm Julie Mans. These are trade ideas for Thursday, August 2nd. Let me start with the two ideas I gave you yesterday. I was really hoping that ICE would close in the lower part of this bar. We did take a look at it today, a little bit after the open, and we did see that it was finding some resistance right up here above this pivot. I was looking to it to the short side, seeing that it was really trying to get down to these lows again. Had pretty much an inside day. Couldn't get past yesterday's high, or not much past it anyway. Really, day before, that sort of little node right there. And this, as it came up on this flat top and crashed through this pivot, that's your signal to go on and look for that 80 plus cents of opportunity. So that was ICE. We're also looking at Halliburton, HAL. Here we are over on the daily. It is really looking to push higher, I thought, into this range. Again, it had a pretty much of an inside day, but it pulled back early on, and this sharp V and through this pivot gave you some opportunity to head higher. And once it was topping out at these levels here, that's your signal to hop out once it crashes back down here. So there's opportunity in yesterday's trades. I hope some of you found those. So for tomorrow, let's take a look at CVS. This was on our planned trades for today. We had a sort of a slow morning in our room. As you know, our first hour trading room is really for that first hour. Some of these developed later in the day. This around the horn plan is a all day but easily automated plan. So if you stuck in there, you actually had 3 of the 4 go to target. CVS was one of those. Our entry level was down here at 64.75. It took a nice sideways, if not sort of large range consolidation for most of the morning. Came down, hit our entry, didn't go anywhere near our stop after it had hit the entry. Traded nicely down to 50%, then nicely down to the target, and a little bit more to this pivot down here. So look at the daily. I'm looking to see, does it want to come back to these levels tomorrow? That's what I will look for in CVS. Next on our planned trades was EFX. This one, Adrian gave you a nice explanation of how and why our traders took it to the short side from this pivot. Our bias was short. The entry was here at 29. It traded up through our price when you have to make sure you don't get in as it trades against you. So there's a way to structure orders so that it doesn't trigger you in with a market order or something so that you just are in for this ride up. So we were not. Waited till it came down to our price, never got up to the stop level after that, did consolidate for quite a while. Then traded down nicely to the target level down here at 124.70 and a little bit extra down to the pivot. We only have about a half hour left on this session, and I'm looking to see if it stays sort of in the lower part of this range and pulls down a little. Does it not maybe want to come back in and see what all this action was about? There might be a lot more folks looking to buy or sell in this area. JCI was also on the plan. This is one that gave us a little bit of frustration. Triggered us in. This is a long, and here it is, triggering us in the morning, and then had a full stop out. Triggered in a second time, never went to the stop again, went up to 50% to target. That is actually up at 37.99. Didn't get quite to our target at 38.23, but did get 10 cents to our target. So at that point, that's when we go ahead and adjust our profit stop up to the 50% level. So as it went back down through that 50% to target level, we would go ahead and pull that. So it was a pretty much of a wash of a trade. If you can see, this distance is just about the same as this distance. What does that mean for me tomorrow? I'm wondering if you look over here on the daily, if it isn't going to try and get up into here tomorrow. So it might be an inside day, just like we saw today with Halliburton and ICE, but on these extra trade ideas, that's sort of where we're trying to position ourselves. Yes, for follow through. Yes, for trades that didn't trigger yet. But I'm starting to see there are a lot more inside days opportunities, because if they didn't go in the direction on the planned trade day, there's usually something in play and someone's accumulating or distributing. So JCI, I'll keep on for long tomorrow. And finally, LUV put in a beautiful infield fly setup for today. Over here on the daily, this is one of the patterns Adrian looks for as a reversal bar. And it just opened, never traded to the stop, did pull back a little to yesterday's closing range, traded lower, back to the entry, back to 50% to target, to our target, and then a whole another $1. So that was great. It actually retraced this bar from about 3 days ago, and I'm going to be interested tomorrow to see if it doesn't want to retrace this giant day 4 days ago. So that's it. I'm keeping all of the ones that were on our plan today as extra innings tomorrow with a few ideas. Join us in our trading room if you want to see how we do those live. Hope you have a great trading day.